Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, this is the weekend update. Going to keep it very brief. There isn't much to talk about except the sudden drop in the market and a few things here and there. Let's get started. Welcome back, friends. Last week was amazing. It was characterized by the sudden fall of Nvidia by a significant percentage. It was more or less expected, I think. We just didn't know when. And in my chart, I had a red line of resistance that I had drawn on the RSI. And that was at around 83.98, which is where NVIDIA has always hit and come back down. And that's exactly what happened. So it was not a big surprise as such. So I think NVIDIA will pick up again on Monday. I'm feeling pretty comfortable about it. Of course, I can't be 100% sure. Nobody can be because we can't predict what's going to happen in the market. Too many forces are at work. But having said that, I think AI is going to make a big impact on so many different things. And there are a lot of fundamental changes that have happened in the economy. During the weekend, I was actually, I took the Saturday off. I didn't do anything at all, and it was very liberating. I didn't shoot any videos, I didn't write any scripts, nothing. I watched a couple of movies. There's a movie called Code 8 on Netflix. I watched that, and I also saw both the Top Guns just once again, just to be free, and I felt very relaxed. And I also watched a wonderful new YouTuber. I wouldn't say he's new. He's older than me, or maybe as old. His channel is as old as mine, probably. But he's a trader. He's an economist by profession, ex-trader, and oh my God, he's amazing. He's a British guy. And one of the concepts that he said, which made very much sense to me, was that he said that during COVID, many governments gave a lot of money to average citizens. And what those people did, the citizens did, was they bought stuff. And so he was trying to track where all the huge subsidy money went. And his conclusion was that the ordinary person ended up spending it for necessities, but the top 1%, which actually supplies all these necessities and has got all those companies, which are logistic companies, manufacturing companies, marketing companies, advertising companies, those are the ones that actually made the money. So as long as the money is sitting there, there is going to be a bit of inflation. And this is amazing. What he also said is that you will find asset prices going up despite the fact that people don't have the kind of money to buy. That is because the rich people are buying from each other and the asset prices are going up. But it's not going to benefit them in the end because their portfolio will remain the same. It won't go up. So what they would do is they will end up buying properties from the middle class, and that's how the middle class will be hollowed out. That is the next stage of this progression. So I'm going to watch out for that. Out here in Canada, we already can see, I'm a realtor, I'm a broker, registered broker in Canada. So I've been following the real estate market very closely as I'm a practitioner. And what I have seen is that off late, in the rental area itself, there is multiple people occupying the same premises. So the quality of life has gone down. Our GDP has gone up, but per capita GDP has gone down. And the other trend I am finding is that in detached homes with multiple floors, like let us say 2-story detached home or a ranch bungalow, it's now being bought by joint families so that the cost can be shared because interest rates are high and qualifying is difficult. So when two families get together, their joint borrowing capacity enables them to buy. And at this point of time, buying makes sense because the competition is less. And if there's a good property, it goes off immediately. So what we are seeing slowly is the erosion of the quality of life, at least in Canada. I don't know what's happening in UK or US, but in Canada, the quality of life for the new immigrants is not what it used to be when I immigrated almost 20 years ago. Things have changed a lot. When I came in, I was able to buy a semi-detached home for $315,000 in a very good locality in Toronto. And right now, the same house, which was a semi-detached, I think it's going to cost almost close to $1 million in that area. So that's a huge difference. And then if you were to talk about entry level, let us say a 1-bed condo, it's going to cost somewhere around 650,000 in a decent area. a decent location, and that would be around 550 or 560 square feet with one bed. And you can't grow a family in that, but it could be your starter home. So compare what I had at that time and what we had, regardless of the increase in salaries, because there is depreciation also coming due to inflation. And inflation had been benign in Canada, around 2 to 2.5% at the most for all the period except for when COVID hit. So I'm thinking that he's got a point. And how do we use it as investors? So I'm thinking that shares will grow in price because there will be many buybacks happening that will increase the value of the shares. And if you own a property, try not to borrow on it and hold on to the property. It's going to be worth a lot. But anyone who has got more than one property is the one that's going to benefit, because if you have got just one property, even though the property price may go up, if you sell it, you need to live somewhere and rents will be high. So you're going to lose that money. But if you had more than one property, you could always take the benefit out of some other property that you have, extra property that you have, and still enjoy the benefits. So that's how things are going to go. And maybe we'll have a next generation which is full of renters, and properties will be owned by conglomerates and rich people. And the average guy would go to work, rent a place, and that's going to be part of your monthly budget. So that's how the future looks like. Now, that was another interesting thing that I saw. And apart from that, I'm looking forward to the next week. I am fully invested in FNGU. I bought it as it fell down. And I'm confident, personally confident. This is not financial advice. This is my personal opinion. I'm personally confident that the markets will bounce back tomorrow. When I say markets, I'm talking about NVIDIA, FNGU, AMD, those. I'm thinking that they are going to bounce back. There was a bit of profit taking, maybe portfolio realignment to make sure that any stock that has got too much of profit and extra weightage in the portfolio over and above what was initially planned has been taken away in order to moderate the risk to the portfolio. That's what I think has happened. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. And next week is going to be coming up with the CPI data. That's going to be a big catalyst. It could be positive or negative catalyst depending on what the numbers are. If the CPI numbers start going down, I think it's going to be amazing for the market, and it will give a jump start. If the CPI doesn't budge, it's the same as expected and or worse than last time, then I think we are going to be in for a lot of pain. And then the anticipated jump that I'm expecting may come back for NVIDIA, but it's not going to be so strong. It will be $1 or $2. That's about it. And it will be gradual and slow. Because at the end of the day, all said and done, somewhere around June, we are going to get a interest rate cut. So that being the case, any drop in value is a buying opportunity, in my opinion. And many people will start to buy, and therefore the fall is going to be arrested sooner rather than later. And the rebound will be gearing up for closer to June. And also, if you remember my belief that during presidential election years with the incumbent being a candidate, somewhere around March, we have a drop in the prices. So we are come to almost the middle of February. So end of next week, I think we should start seeing the share price fall. So for that matter, it could have already started the fall. Maybe next entire week we start falling. And probably somewhere towards the end of March or last week of March, we start picking up again. So that's another possibility based on historical statistics. So those are the probabilities. It's going to be exciting on Monday. Catch up with you later. Bye for now.